Within the bath. Every bath begins with a vision, where ideas and strategies define directions, from the depth of strategic thinking to ever-evolving dynamics of the world. A program broadcast in English brings insight into the journeys that shape the course of individuals, institutions, and nations. Prepared and presented by Mohra Al Zubair and audio director, Warrant Officer Ward bin Salim Al Rawahi.
Assalamu alaikum, our dear friends. Welcome back to Within the Path. Last week, I was in Egypt, attending the Harvard Alumni Summit, Middle East and Africa, hosted at the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza. Over 200 alumni gathered from different regions and fields, and the focus was on artificial intelligence. Among the moments that stayed with me, one in particular stood out. During one of the panels, a short video of a panelist was shown to the audience. At first glance, it appeared entirely authentic. But I was a bit confused, as the panelist in the video was a prominent public figure, speaking confidently about investment opportunities and guaranteeing returns. Despite that initial hesitation, the video itself felt somewhat convincing. Only afterwards was it revealed that the video was a deepfake. The demonstration was brief, but it captured something important about how far the technology has advanced and how easily perception can be manipulated. That moment opened a discussion around regulation. There was no call to halt the technology itself. Instead, the focus rested on how such tools are guided. Deepfakes, like many AI applications, already have great constructive uses. At the same time, the lack of regulation allows misuse to spread quickly. To place this moment in a wider context, I would like to turn to an article published by UNESCO titled Deepfakes and the Crisis of Knowing, written by Dr. Nadia Nafi. The article emphasizes that deepfakes are not only a technical or regulatory challenge, but a societal one that reshapes how people understand reality itself. It frames deepfakes within what it describes as a wider crisis of knowing, a condition in which the boundaries between truth, fabrication, and interpretation become increasingly difficult to navigate. Central to this approach is AI literacy. Now, the article focuses on the role of education and how it must move beyond teaching people how to use AI tools and towards helping societies understand how synthetic media works, how it influences perception, and how judgment is formed in an AI-mediated environment. As the article notes, and I quote, "In a world of advanced synthetic media, AI literacy isn't just about using AI tools. It's about surviving in an AI-mediated reality where seeing and hearing are no longer believing." From there, UNESCO outlines 3 core pillars. The first is individual epistemic agency, which focuses on strengthening people's ability to engage responsibly with knowledge when traditional evidence becomes unreliable, relying on judgment and self-directed verification rather than technical detection alone. The second pillar centers on organizational knowledge construction, shifting attention from individuals to institutions and calling for a redesign of how knowledge is produced, validated, and shared, so that verification is embedded within institutional practice. The third pillar addresses cross-sector knowledge ecosystems, recognizing that synthetic media challenges cut across sectors and require shared spaces where institutions exchange insights and adapt collectively. Our dear friends, stay tuned, and we'll be back right after this break. Our dear friends, welcome back. So the conclusion of Dr. Nafi's UNESCO article is particularly reflective. It suggests that the rise of AI-augmented disinformation requires a deeper shift in how education prepares people to engage with knowledge itself. The task extends beyond learning new verification techniques and towards rebuilding our relationship with knowledge in an environment where sight and sound can be engineered. The article calls for cultivating metacognitive literacy, the ability to reflect on how we know what we know, and for strengthening capacities that remain uniquely human, like contextual awareness, ethical reasoning, and the shared creation of meaning. As the article concludes, and I quote, "The path forward is therefore not only technical, but also profoundly philosophical, in a world where reality itself can be programmed. Our ultimate challenge is not just to detect deception, but to engage in the collective project of shaping how we construct knowledge and determining what is worth believing in." Going back to the summit, being brought together at the Grand Egyptian Museum to speak about AI felt somewhat surreal. We were discussing one of the most advanced technologies of our time while standing in a space that pays tribute to one of history's great civilizations. Walking through the museum later, during the tour, that feeling deepened. One begins to see how advanced ancient civilizations were in their own time and own way. Their tools were different, but their pursuit of knowledge, growth, and power, too, were profound. Standing there, it becomes clear that no matter how far technology advances, progress ultimately returns to the human being. Tools evolve quickly, sometimes at a pace that feels overwhelming. Fields expand, systems grow more complex, and innovation accelerates. Yet behind every tool sits a human mind that imagined it, built it, and decided how it would be used. Artificial intelligence, no matter how advanced, remains the creation of human thought. It does not carry intention, ethics, or judgment on its own. Those qualities remain human. In that sense, moments like this invite reflection, not only on how far technology has come, but on how far we, as humans, have come. The tools now exist, they are part of our world. What happens next depends on the choices we make, the responsibility we take on, and the direction we decide to take together. Until next time, this is Mohra Al Zubair from Within the Path.
Within the Path. Every path begins with a vision, where ideas and strategies define directions. from the depth of strategic thinking to ever-evolving dynamics of the world. A program broadcast in English brings insight into the journeys that shape the course of individuals, institutions, and nations. Prepared and presented by Mohra bint Zubair Al Zubair and audio director, Warrant Officer Ward bin Salim Al Rawahi.